Hey, what's going on? It's Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training, and today I've got something really special for you in this video. We're going to be talking about 3 things that every hitter out there needs to do before every single at-bat. So if you're a hitter, I really think you're going to find this video helpful. Without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so the first thing that you need to do before every single at bat, before you get into the batter's box, is create a game plan. All right, I want you to think about this quote from the military, all right? Wars are won in the general's tent. That makes sense, right? Wars are won in the general's tent. If you think about Navy SEALs when they're going out there on a mission, right? They don't just drop in somewhere and wing it. I mean, there might be times when things go not necessarily according to plan, but when they go into a mission, they have a plan. They've thought through every single situation and scenario that could possibly happen, right? And they have a game plan for what they're trying to accomplish. So there's a saying out there that the wars are won in the general's tent. Well, how can that be applied to baseball? I would say that at-bats are won before you step into the batter's box, right? Win the at-bat before the first pitch. That's another way that you could say that. All right, and so I encourage you, don't just step into the batter's box with zero plan on what you're trying to accomplish. You never want to step in and get brain heavy and be thinking about too much, but you have to have some sort of an idea of what you're trying to accomplish in that bat. So how do you come up with this game plan? If it's the first thing we should do, how do you create it? Well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to look at the situation, because a lot of the times the situation can dictate what your game plan should be. For example, maybe there's a runner on first base and a runner on second base with nobody out, and you're walking to the plate. Your game plan, or what you should be thinking about, is, okay, I need to step in the batter's box, I need to wipe it clean, and then I'm expecting to step out, look towards my third base coach, and him put on the bunt sign. So my game plan, so sure enough, you step in the batter's box, wipe it clean, step out, you look down towards your third base coach, he puts on the bunt sign. Then you need to tell yourself, all right, get it down, or whatever you have to tell yourself in order to, successfully execute that bunt. But the situation there created your game plan. You see that? Another situation would be a runner on third base and less than 2 outs. And what are you looking to do there, right? You're looking to score that run. You're looking to drive in that run, get an RBI, and help your team out, score a run, hopefully win the game, right? And so in that situation, runner on third base, less than 2 outs, your game plan could be, well, I'm looking to hit a deep fly ball somewhere for a sac fly. What's the easiest pitch to do that? It's a pitch up in the zone. It's hard when, he throws a low strike for me to hit that ball into the air for most hitters. So my game plan is I'm looking for something up in the zone, and I'm going to hit a deep fly ball, a sac fly, drive in that run. Okay, so that's the first thing, game plan. You want to look at the situation as the first thing when creating your game plan. All right, but let's just say there is really no situation, right? There's nobody on base, nobody out. Maybe you're the first hitter up in that inning. Well, then what do you go to? Then you start looking at, what is the pitcher that you're going to be facing? What's he got? What pitches does he throw? That's the first thing you should know. Okay, fastball, curveball, maybe slider, changeup. All right, and that's probably a little bit advanced for, obviously youth and then high school. Most pitchers definitely can't throw that many pitches for strikes typically, all right? So start eliminating pitches. Maybe you say, hey, I watched this guy in his pregame bullpen. The only pitches that he can get over the plate are his fastball and his changeup. His curveball, he completely changes his arm slot, and he can't get it over the plate. He's always throwing it in the dirt. So I'm going to eliminate that pitch, right? So now I know what kind of pitches he throws. Then you can think about, well, how is he probably going to pitch me, all right? And this can be dependent on where you're at in the lineup. If you're in the 8th or the 9th spot in the lineup, chances are you're going to get a lot of fastballs. So you need to step up to the plate with your good fastball ready mentality and get a fastball and crush it, right? Don't miss. If you're a 3, 4, 5 hole hitter, you might get, some changeups, some curveballs, because they know that you, are definitely a more powerful hitter on your team. And so they don't want to get hurt with a fastball. So these are all things that you can be thinking about. The most important thing is to just have some sort of a game plan before you step in the box. And the last thing I'll say with game plan is, think about your strengths and your weaknesses. For example, you might not be a fan of hitting with 2 strikes. That's not really that fun for, I think, a lot of hitters, right? Because you're kind of more in a defensive state. You're still aggressive, but you're kind of just protecting the plate instead of looking for your pitch and driving it in that situation. So if you don't like to hit with 2 strikes, maybe your approach is, I'm not going to get to 2 strikes, I'm going to force contact early. So that's your game plan. You're looking for a fastball, adjusting to anything else, and you're forcing contact early. But the number one thing, have a plan, have a game plan before you step in the box. The next thing that every single hitter out there needs to do before every single at bat is you have to get your timing, all right? You're never gonna be a successful hitter if you're consistently early or consistently late. If you struggle with arriving on time with the pitch, you're gonna struggle with the plate. So it's very, very important. I see way too many hitters who step into the batter's box and they take the first pitch, which might be, by the way, might be the best pitch you see all at bat. They step in the batter's box, they take that first pitch because they're trying to get their timing. Well, I got news for you. In the batter's box is too late to get your timing. It needs to be done in the on-deck circle before you're at bat, right? Remember, wars are won in the general's tent. We need to get our timing in the on-deck circle and even in the dugout, you know, when you're in the hole and in the dugout before the game, when he's doing his pre-game bullpen, if you can see him, you want to be getting your timing down as soon as you possibly can, all right? Because timing is absolutely everything in hitting, okay? So with that being said, timing, let's talk about it. Everything should be predicated off of the fastball, okay? Too many times I see hitters who their timing is kind of in between. Okay, so they're not necessarily on time for the fastball, but they're also not necessarily on time for an off-speed pitch. They're kind of in between there, and they're trying to guess what pitch is coming, and they're trying to just adjust to all the types of different pitches. What you want to do is you want to time the fastball and adjust to everything else. You want to time the heat, right? The hardest pitch that he can possibly throw you, you want to be ready for that. And then if he slows it down a little bit with a curveball or a changeup or a slower pitch, right? Because the fastball is the quickest pitch he can throw. If he slows it down, then you can just wait just a split second and still hit that ball, right? But it's very challenging to step in the box thinking, you know, I think he might throw me a changeup here, and then all of a sudden he throws you a fastball instead. Good luck trying to catch up to that pitch, right? You know, and a great example that I love to use is it's almost like when you're ready for the heat, when you're ready for the hard stuff, it's easy to hit the easier stuff. Not necessarily the easier stuff, but the slower stuff. So an example would be, you know, if you have a math test coming up in a few days in school and you're prepared for algebra, but then it ends up being a test just based on addition and subtraction, right? You're gonna be all right because you prepared for the hardest. Now you're gonna be all right with just the addition and subtraction. However, if all that you studied was the addition and subtraction, and then you find out it's an algebra test or a calculus test, good luck being able to go from prepared with the soft stuff to then being able to handle the hard stuff. All right, so that's an example that I love to use, but it's the same in hitting. So time the fastball, and then it's easy to adjust to everything else. Another thing I'll mention with timing, a lot of players tell me that they struggle with timing. They're not sure how to get their timing in the first place. Here's a great place to start. Dance with the pitcher. What I mean by that is, you know, when you're not sure, okay, when should I start my load? Look at the pitcher. The pitcher's obviously gonna be on the mound getting his sign, right? So when he's doing that, we're just in the batter's box, staying nice and loose and relaxed. Then he's gonna start his motion, okay? He's gonna start his motion, and then he's gonna pick his leg up, get to his leg lift. Then he's gonna stride towards you. When he's doing all of those things, you should be essentially dancing with him, moving in sequence, in sync with him, and mirroring what he does. So when he gets to his leg lift, that's about the time that you would get to your leg lift, all right? When he strides towards you, that's about the time that you stride towards him. And of course, this has to be adjusted based on how hard or how soft the pitcher throws. If he throws a little bit harder, you have to start everything a little bit sooner, and vice versa. If he throws slower, you can start everything a little bit later. But this is just a good kind of starting point for when you're in the dugout or in the on-deck circle. It's your first time seeing this guy on the mound. First pitch that he comes out of the hand, you're trying to time him. Just mirror his movements. And then, oh, I was a little bit late there. Okay, I need to start everything just a little bit sooner. Okay. Here we go, load, stride, boom, perfectly on time. That's my timing, that's my fastball timing. All right, so that'll make timing a heck of a lot easier. And the very last thing with timing is you know, when in doubt, start everything sooner. Start everything just a little bit earlier. If the pitcher throws hard, one of the common mistakes that a lot of hitters make is they try to, you know, just speed everything up. So they try and load and stride quicker. It's not about doing it quicker. It's about starting everything sooner. So when in doubt with your timing, start your motion, start your loads sooner, okay? You see a lot of, you know, Robinson Cano is a great example. He sits up here and he's so nice and loose and relaxed, and he starts his load very, very early with just a little bit of a weight shift back. It's very, very early, and then he's still on time. He doesn't get his front foot down early, he gets his front foot down on time. So even if you do a leg kick, kind of an extreme example, but you can start everything really, really soon. I mean, you can hold this position for, you know, several seconds, right? So you can start everything soon, boom, and still have enough time to get your front foot down on time and get a good swing off. So when in doubt, start everything sooner. It's better to, you know, be ready to hit earlier than being ready to hit too late. All right, and then the last thing that you need to do before every single at bat, and this one's really, really important, you need to instill confidence in yourself. All right, confidence is so huge when it comes to having success on the baseball field, because listen to me, you will never exceed what you believe that you can do, right? You will never exceed the expectations that you have for yourself. So, you know, if you truly believe deep down that the highest batting average that you can ever hit is 300, what do you think the chances are that you're ever gonna hit 400 is? Probably slim to none, right? You might be sitting there thinking, man, I don't know, 400, that's crushing the ball. I don't know, I mean, obviously I'd love to hit 400, but I don't know if I can do that. If you believe 300 is your cap, do you really think you're ever gonna be able to hit 400? No. If you truly believe this pitcher is really, really good, he's on his game today, I don't know if I can get a hit off of him, what's the likelihood that you're actually gonna be able to get a hit off of him? So it all starts in your mind, right? You have to have confidence and believe in yourself, in the preparation that you put in, and believe in your abilities, okay? So that being said, how do you instill confidence in yourself? First thing, when you're in the on-deck circle, when you're walking to the plate, take a few deep breaths, all right? It's very difficult to be confident in yourself when you got that shallow breathing going on, your hands are, you know, have that clammy feeling to them, right? So it's easy, especially in high pressure situations, to forget to breathe, so make sure that you're breathing. Then after that, you wanna bring back a previous past success, you wanna bring that back to the present moment. If you've been playing this game for any length of time, you've obviously had success on the field, right? You've had that time when you crushed that hard line drive into the gap for a double, or you've crushed that ball over the fence for a 3-run dinger, right? We've all had success. And so one of the best ways to feel confident in the present moment is to bring that success back. And this is great to do when you're in the dugout or in the hole or even in the on-deck circle. Visualize how great that feeling felt. Visualize the pitch coming in. Visualize yourself being perfectly on time and squaring that ball up. Visualization is so huge when it comes to the confidence piece, all right? And then the last thing I'll tell you when it comes to instilling confidence in yourself, when you're walking up to the plate, the more confident that you act, the more confident that you'll be. So it's very, very helpful to walk up to the plate with your chest puffed out and truly act like you're a man amongst boys, right? That nobody on this field can hang with you. Now, it's not to say that you're gonna be a jerk to your teammates and act like you're all that. That's not what I'm talking about. This is all internal. This is in your mind. But walk up to the plate knowing this pitcher, I don't care what he throws to me right now, there's no way he can get me out. I'm the best hitter on this team. I'm the best hitter on this field. You have to believe that. You have to believe that you're a man amongst boys, because that's gonna give you more confidence in yourself. The more confident that you act, the more confident that you'll become. And this is an important point, okay? The confidence at first might not be even real. You might feel like you're acting it. You might be, you know, how often do you see big league guys start out the game 0 for 3, but then they come up their 4th at bat and they get a base hit? If they're thinking about, man, I'm 0 for 3 today, these pitchers have been crushing, they've just been, you know, lighting me up and making me look silly up here. I don't know if I'm gonna have success this at bat either. I'm gonna be 0 for 4. If they have that kind of passive, weak mentality, do you think they're gonna get a hit their 4th at bat? But if they walk up to the plate, you know, this pitcher got me out once, he got me out twice, he got me out 3 times, but the 4th time, he's mine. There's no way he can get me out 4 times in a row. No way. If you have that mentality, you're gonna have more confidence. So Make sure that you're acting, even if it requires a little bit of acting at first to get yourself into that positive, confident state. That's okay. And then the more success that you have, the more confidence that's going to breed, okay? But you have to instill confidence in yourself before every at bat. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And if you did, then I know you're going to love our free on-demand hitting training. So you need to go grab your copy right now. It's 100% free. This training is going to help you hit the ball harder, further, and more consistently. You're going to have more confidence on the field, and you're going to have a lot more fun too. So if that sounds good to you, it's 100% free. All you have to do is just click on the link down there in the comment section. You'll see a pinned comment at the top from Ultimate Baseball Training. Just hit that link right in there. So go ahead and do that right now. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And last thing, if you're not subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button, okay? We're coming out with new baseball videos every single week designed to get you better, and I don't want you to miss any of them. So subscribe to the channel, join the UBT family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.